Yes, 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 people. H God, Beer Sports Talk, and we are back. And real quick, I'm just gonna talk about the first game in Arsenal's preseason. Yes, anybody who knows me, you know I'm a huge Arsenal fan, and we've been starving out here. You know what I mean? Football fans, we've been starving. I mean, not really. You know what I mean? Sickos like me saying starving, like the Club World Cup just finished and shit like that. But it hasn't been anything on, really. You know what I mean? So it's like preseason, being up and active now. We're back. It's a great thing to see finally. You know what I mean? So, you know, we had to get up mad early, 7:30 preseason game versus AC Milan in Singapore. And we get it done. 1-0. You know what I mean? And ultimately, again, like I said, unless you're a real sicko, you don't watch preseason games, bro. You know what I mean? Preseason games are for the sick and no life only. You get me? So, watching the game, and I mean, you know, a lot of the same, more of the same. You know what I mean? The typical Arsenal will grow for expect now. You know what I mean? Dominating possession, creating chances, high press. You know, I thought, especially even fitness-wise, we looked a lot sharper than I even thought we would have, necessarily. You know what I mean? So early in the preseason for it being the first preseason game. Got a chance to look at some of the new signings, you know what I mean? Nørgaard looked like a perfect, solid backup, you know what I mean? Can just do him job, nothing too flashy, nothing too crazy, but do what he needs to do, you know what I mean? He looks like he could do everything well on a fairly, you know what I mean, good level. You know what I mean? He might not be exceptional at anything, but he's above average at everything. You get me? Look good first half. Yeah, you know, second half we got to see Zubimendi definitely look like an upgrade and an X factor for us. You know what I mean? Like looking like they say, it's like a mixture between Partey and Jorginho, cause you can get stuck in, you know what I mean, can win a tackle, but at the same time can dictate tempo, you know what I mean, and play a pass, split the line. So I definitely think there's added quality with that right there. But the biggest thing I could take away from this preseason game is, and you know, before I get into that, you know, you had other performances. You know, Reece Nelson does his typical, I'm trying to trick you in the preseason ball out and all that. It's like, we're not falling for it this year, buddy. You got to go. You get me? It's like, Zinchenko looking very, very useful, to be honest, in the side. And, you know, in another realm, but it's like, nope, you're not doing it, buddy. You got to go, especially considering then saying, you know, we're not done in the transfer window business-wise, but we've probably reached the threshold where, yeah, you know, we need to get out a couple people before we can probably make another impactful or influential signing. So there's definitely that, right? But yeah, for me, the biggest part of this game again was just the youngsters and like the revolution that, you know, obviously because, you know, we're going after the title and, you know, we want to troll all that, this, that, whatsoever, right? People aren't really, like, I feel like people aren't really paying attention to like the young revolution that's going on at Arsenal right now, because already having Nwaneri and Lewis Skelly in the squad, two 18-year-olds, right? Looking far beyond them years. Like, Lewis Skelly came on in the second half. Oh, no, him starts, my bad. Bro, him not put a foot wrong. You know what I mean? When he was on the pitch playing, him not put a single foot wrong. Not from his positioning, not from tackling. You know what I mean? Like, like him look like a 20-year vet as a kid who just broke through. It's like Ethan playing in that 10 role, you know what I mean? Looking like, say, yo, yeah, that might be more of where he's going to be situated and really playing and contributing to this season, looking good. And then we bring on two 15-year-old, bro, Max Dowman and Marley Salman. And just me, you know, even though Salman, he missed his penalty in the penalty shootout, which, I mean, I never understand that in preseason. I guess it's for practice, more than likely. Probably more for practice or whatever it was. But, you know, we won the game 1-0, but there was still like a penalty shootout for whatever reason. But it's like, the two of them come on, and it's the only way you can really tell that they're 15 is just looking on their face. You know, you can probably say, all right, no, yeah, you know, this like a kid here is a youngster. But in terms of the way them play, bro, the man them don't play like 15 at all. Like, especially Dowman, like, watch him, like, literally, it's like I seen him come on the first 2-3 times I seen him touch the ball, man, I say, yo, yeah, we need to put him on the same program that Ethan and MLS and them man that they dep on, and bring him through to the first team, because, like, him look ready already at 15, and that's amazing. It's like Marley Solomon as well, you know, him being a defender, obviously, him gonna need to develop a bit more physically, and so him probably, you know, he's probably still another 2-3 years out from really being a viable option in the first team, but him definitely are gonna be training in and within the first team. And at 15, both of them have to be playing at like under 21 level now. You know what I mean? Like, we have to cap them out now and really look to get these guys moving towards the first team, because the level of composure and comfortability, it's like, and like I said, especially the Dowman who get the ball and was involved, gliding past people certain ways, and, you know, like, it's seriously impressive to think. And like I said, these are kids, literally. Like, 5 years from now, they will literally only just be turning 20. So we have some real gems on our hand. And yeah, overall, you know, like, a good first game of the preseason, and it just makes me even more excited for when Gyokeres comes into this team, because I can see it, you know, there's some downsides again, you know what I mean? We still look super heavily reliant on the right wing, you know what I mean, on the right side of attack. Like, on the left side, we're not really getting a joy or nothing out of that too crazy. And, you know, that is something that we're gonna have to find something now. Whether Madueke is that left winger that go over there, maybe we are trying to get Eze for put him. You know, Eze's not really a winger, so to say, but he can play in that position. He has a skill set. But yeah, you know, we need something more from that side. And yeah, you know, I'm not really trying to pick out too much, you know, like, it's preseason, and it's the first preseason game, so we're not do too much, you know what I mean? Mostly just trying to see new signings, how they look in the system, see young players, see how them develop. Josh Nichols, he also looked promising, 18-year-old, you know what I mean, develop. Like, Martín Zubimendi do a good job in that academy. You know what I mean? Martín Zubimendi definitely do a good job in the academy, because we got some prime premium talent coming through that's legitimately knocking on the first team door. So that's the biggest thing I would say I could take away from this preseason game. You know what I mean? And just the excitement, like, hopefully later on this week, the deal could be done, and come Sunday, you could see Gyokeres out there for the first time in the jersey. You know what I mean? But that must have peeps. I didn't come here to say much. That being said, that is all I have for y'all in this one. Just a quick roundup of the game. It was early this morning. I know a lot of people was not getting up to watch that, but I was. You know what I mean? I was. So yeah, again, people, thank you for tuning in. As always, make sure y'all continue liking up, subscribing up, sharing up, commenting up, all that, you know what I mean? Remember, no, is this the year that we could finally do it? You already know what my answer is. You know what I mean? You already know what my answer is. But peeps, until the next time, continue staying up, stay blessed, and I'm out.